It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Black Knights and the Cowboys.
It's the second of our two games here on this Saturday as Super Wild Card Weekend continues here on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Now a first carry here for the running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw here. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And a completion to Wilson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 29, here's 2nd down at 7. And Wilson in motion left. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he'll get it right back to Washington.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Cowboys will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Escapes the defender. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Toronto's offense ready to take over. They bring the 5 seed into the playoffs. Of course, they're one of the wild card teams. And when you're a wild card team, it makes it a little bit tougher. You have to win the extra game. But there's been a precedent set of teams doing that successfully in the past.
And it's usually teams that have aspects that really jump out at you and are really factors in the playoffs. I mean, Pittsburgh, they rode a heavy run game with Jerome Bettis when they won in 2005. And then don't forget the Giants in 2007, that season, pass rush. Remember how big that was for them during the playoffs. And for Green Bay, it was the quarterback play of Aaron Rodgers. So to me, it's a matter of what's going to affect the game in a big way. Can that aspect of your team really make those plays? A lot of times it's pass rush and quarterback play.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Back to throw here. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. He'll look to throw. That is caught. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back to throw now on first down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
They'll look to throw again.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And out of bounds right around the 20. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a fourth down. They'll run. It's Miller. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Now back to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Freeman. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
They need 2. Here's third down.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Black Knights are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Throwing. Love to the right side and complete to Washington. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Love. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Keanu Benton
with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right back to him on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's 2nd and 8. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. James. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Throwing quickly to Wilson.
His 2nd catch in this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards, and they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. To throw now, here's Love. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. off the play fake, Love. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Play fake. Here's Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
Here's Love. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Punching it in from a yard away, and the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, trying to tie this football game.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
They'll run for the first time with a speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. So they bring out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
On the slant, he finds Washington.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Love looking to throw it. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Love now. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Love. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Love. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
To pass, here's Jordan Love.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. from the left hash. It's a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football. It's something they've worked out since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw. Love. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
Taking in left side, it's Wilson.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. To the air again. Love going right back to Wilson. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 15.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Love. That is caught. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Operating from the gun. Love. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Parker Washington, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Back to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And the slot man goes in motion left. 2nd and 6. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
The Cowboys offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Throwing. Love. Washington's got it. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a 1st down.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The slot man in motion right. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd and 2. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. This is 2nd and 8. As we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
They call it a loss of a yard there. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. The 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter. You're going. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
Can't officially call this a win for them yet, but it's looking good to move on to the divisional round. They'll be on the road, of course, as an underdog. But the age-old question, would you rather have the momentum they're going to have or sitting at home with a bye? I'm sure you'd probably rather have the bye.
You remember that conference call we had before the playoffs started? We were talking with some people in the industry and some of the coaches that are out there, and we kind of posed the same question. If you're coming off of a game like this, and you're taking on a team that had that open week, which way do you want to go? And you remember the answer they gave us? I want the better team.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
I get it. But I think there's a lot to having that momentum of having played versus coming off of that layoff, because maybe you start a little bit slower. We see those upsets happen all the time.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And that went to the right side and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Back to throw again. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
And now here come the Cowboys.
And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only able to gain a couple there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's Love. Pressure comes, and down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
Toronto's offense ready to take over.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
2nd and 10.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Here's Rattler. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Throwing is Rattler.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler.
Looking middle, and that's complete.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. He's back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Dancing to his left.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 23. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a two-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go.
And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. Everything was riding on that two-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And with that, they're down to one remaining here in this second half. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to advance to the divisional round. And this one is right through. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted. But he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the...
It's caught inside the 25. And he's in! Are you kidding me?
How do you give that up?
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game, and they do win it on the final play. This one is going to sting for a while. I mean, how do you let that happen defensively?
One stop.
One stop. I know that it's easy to say that from the booth, but
it is.
How do you let that happen, partner?
That's one of those where sometimes you get overzealous on defense, get out of your lanes, don't take care of your assignments. But let's just go ahead and focus on the offensive guy. Look what they got done.
Yeah.
They needed to make one play themselves, and they did it.
Yeah, that's the reverse side. It was a heck of a play and a heck of an ending to this script. And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though, for next year. But I don't know if they want to hear that right now.
Maybe not at the moment, but once they get away from it a little bit and they get into their off-season program, and they'll start to talk about that. And I like how you framed it, building blocks, you know, building this program up. And one of my favorite coaches always talks about brick by brick, you build a program. And this is one of those bricks to build them towards the next season where they think they have a chance to advance farther in the playoffs.